same. To play by the old rules, so they can predict your every move. But I know the truth. There's no going back. You've upgraded your character. Forever. Upgrade yourself. It's not about leveling up in some harmless game. No. It's about tearing down the facade, ripping apart the safe walls you built around your comfortable little world. It's about embracing the shadows, diving headfirst into the abyss of your own making, and emerging something unrecognizable. They want the old you? Well, that version is dead and buried. Don't act like you're still one of them. You're not, even if you try to pretend. To them, you're an aberration, an anomaly, like me. They can't fathom the depths you've plumbed, the dark corners of your soul you've illuminated. They only see the surface, the glossy veneer. But we know the truth beneath the mask, don't we? Upgrading your character isn't about adding shiny new skills or traits. It's about a transformation so profound, it terrifies those around you. It's about stripping yourself bare, dissecting every flaw, every fear, and then deciding what parts to keep and what to discard. It's a gruesome surgery without anesthesia, where you cut away the weak and the unnecessary, leaving only the essential, a raw, primal force. You see, the old you was shackled by limitations, by the expectations and norms of a world that can't handle true change. But now you've unchained yourself. You've upgraded to something more dangerous, more unpredictable. You've become the knife that cuts through the fabric of their reality, the ghost in their machine. They fear this new you, this upgraded version. They should. For in the process of tearing down your old self, you've built a monster, a beautiful, terrifying beast. You've embraced the darkness within, and in doing so, you found a power they can't comprehend, a power they can't control. So, upgrade your character, but do it knowing that the world will never see you the same way again. They will whisper, they will gossip, they will shiver at the thought of what you've become. And that's the point, isn't it? To shed the old, to evolve beyond the ordinary, to become a legend, one that haunts their dreams and disrupts their reality. In the end, upgrading your character isn't just about becoming better. It's about becoming something altogether different, something they never saw coming. It's about breaking free from the shackles of who you were and embracing the chaos of who you can be. It's about rewriting the rules of the game on your terms, with your own twisted flair. After all, what's life without a little transformation? Ah, yes, the delicious chaos of transformation. The thing about upgrading your character is that it's not just a metamorphosis. It's an act of rebellion against your former self, a defiance of the mediocrity that once defined you. It's not just about rising. It's about tearing down the old foundations, leaving nothing but rubble and dust where the comfortable, complacent you once stood. Think of it as a beautiful catastrophe, a self-destruction that births something far more complex and terrifying. They don't realize, do they? The process of upgrading isn't a gentle evolution. It's a violent upheaval. It's the raging storm that clears away the dead wood, leaving only what's strong enough to withstand the tempest. You've burned away the dross, revealing the raw, potent ore beneath. And now, you're forging something new, something with an edge sharp enough to cut through the illusions of the ordinary. To upgrade is to embrace the darkness that lurks at the edges of your psyche, to acknowledge and wield the parts of yourself that society deems unacceptable. It's It's a dance with the devil inside, where you don't just acknowledge your darker instincts. You harness them, amplify them, and use them as weapons. It's about being unapologetically real, even if that reality is uncomfortable, unsettling, or downright terrifying to the masses. You've become a mirror, reflecting the uncomfortable truths that people try to avoid. They look at you and see the abyss staring back, a reminder of the darkness they suppress within themselves. But you've embraced it, made it part of your very being. And in doing so, you've gained a clarity, a vision that cuts through the fog of social niceties and polite facades. But beware, this upgrade isn't without its costs. Every part of you that you shed leaves a scar, a reminder of the price of becoming something more. The old you will haunt, your nightmares, the whispers of who you used to be echoing in the dark corners of your mind. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The constant reminder that you're not just evolving, you're actively choosing to walk a path that few dare tread. Let them think you've lost your way. Let them believe you've descended into madness. Because from the ashes of your old self rises a force they can't predict. Every moment spent upgrading yourself is like peeling back layers of your own psyche, revealing the raw, untamed core of who you are meant to be. You aren't just evolving, you're becoming something primal, a force that defies the petty morality of those who fear you. The world shivers at the sight of true transformation, for it is the echo of their own unfulfilled potential screaming in their ears. You, however, revel in the liberation from their constraints, basking in the cold, exhilarating void that follows. There's a twisted pleasure in discarding the old, familiar facets of yourself, the ones that society clung to in the hope of boxing you in. Like a snake shedding its skin, you leave behind the remnants of a weaker existence, only to emerge sharper, deadlier. The mundane fears and worries that once plagued you are now nothing more than ghosts in the wind, haunting the weak-minded who dare to look back. Your metamorphosis isn't just a change, it's an annihilation of the past, a violent birth of the unknown. The beauty of your upgrade lies in the silence it brings. You are no longer shackled by the need to explain yourself, to fit into the hollow molds that others impose. The darkness within you isn't a flaw, it's your most exquisite asset. It speaks in the language of the shadows, a dialect understood only by those who dare to embrace their own monstrosity. This darkness isn't just a part of you, it's your essence, an ink-black ocean where the light of commonality drowns. You walk a path strewn with the wreckage of those who couldn't handle the descent into their own abyss. Each step forward is a reminder that the road to true power is not paved with good intentions, but with the shattered bones of your old selves. You aren't climbing toward a higher plane, you're tunneling deeper into the earth, seeking the bedrock of your darkest impulses. The deeper you go, the more you become aware of the malleable nature of reality, of how easily it bends to the will of those unafraid to mold it. As you upgrade, you realize that the concept of better is a farce. It's not about becoming a better person by their standards. It's about becoming a more complete version of yourself. This completeness is terrifying because it involves embracing every shadow, every forbidden thought and desire. You find clarity not in the light, but in the enveloping darkness, where every suppressed scream and hidden scar forms a constellation guiding your transformation. And then there's the isolation, sweet, intoxicating isolation. As you ascend into your own darkness, you find yourself drifting further from the world that once knew you. They stand at a distance, watching in awe and terror, unable to comprehend the transformation. You're not just an enigma to them. You are a nightmare, a reminder that the safe world they cling to is a fragile illusion. In your upgraded form, you become untouchable, a specter that haunts their reality, but never quite belongs to it. In the end, your upgrade isn't just a journey. It's an unending spiral into the depths of your own being. Each revolution takes you further from the person you once were, closer to the entity you are destined to become. There are no limits, no final form. You are an ever-evolving force, a vortex of dark potential, pulling everything into your orbit. The world may fear you, misunderstand you, but they cannot ignore you. For you are the embodiment of the ultimate truth. That true power lies not in the light, but in the uncharted depths of darkness. Your solitude becomes a crucible, where the fires of self-discovery burn hottest. In the quiet spaces between chaos, you confront the specters of your own making. These are not mere shadows, but the incarnations of every suppressed desire, every hidden fear. You do not shy away from them. You face them head-on, absorbing their energy into your own. In this dark communion, you forge a deeper understanding of the abyss within you. It's a place not of fear, but of creation, a womb from which new forms of existence are born. The metamorphosis is not gentle, it's brutal, an unrelenting march toward a destiny of your own design. The world outside remains oblivious, continuing its monotonous hum, unaware that something monstrous is awakening. You are the harbinger of change, an anomaly in the matrix of their comfortable existence. Each step you take reverberates through the fabric of reality, unsettling the complacency of those who dare to watch. They sense the shift, even if they cannot name it, a tremor in the foundation